It's Friday at Bob's Magic Emporium. It's time for the School of Magic, the show where I bring you a magic video and then I spoil the trick by telling you how it's done afterwards. Alright, so this is a really great trick. It's 8-card Brainwave. You may have heard the name before because Scam School just did this a couple weeks ago. But I love this trick so much that I want to make sure everyone who loves magic or who wants to get started in magic sees this. This is by Nick Trost, the guy who makes the Bigfoot trick. So very, very cool. Alright, so I'm going to get started with the trick. It's very easy to do and requires no sleight of hand, or a little sleight of hand, which is very easy, and instantly resets, which is great if you're table hopping. Alright, here we go. The trick works like this. I have 8 cards, hence the name of the trick, 8-card Brainwave. Now, I'm going to get a little closer so you can see these cards. There they are. Boom, right there. The reason it's called Brainwave, you're going to think of one of the cards. Now, there's no spectator here, so we're going to say they think of, we'll say this one, the 3 of spades. No funny moves. I bring the 3 of spades right to the top. It goes just like that to the top. I'm going to keep these cards in view so you don't think I'm switching them out or anything. All right. So I knew you would choose the 3 of spades. The reason why I knew is watch the other cards. These 2 are blue-backed. These 2 are blue-backed. These 2 are blue-backed. That's a blue-backed card. And this one is the only red-backed card. Isn't that cool? But wait a second. You're probably asking yourself, well, Bob, what if I would have chosen a completely different card? Like, what if I would have chosen the 7 of spades? Well, that would have been all right, too, because the 7 of spades would be the only, these are all red-backed now, and the 7 of spades would be the only blue-backed card. And that is 8-card Brainwave. All right. So, this is a really amazing trick. I love this one. It gets really big reaction. I've done it for coworkers, done it for family, and they love it. So, I'm going to go ahead and teach you how this trick is done, and it's pretty cool to do. First thing you want to do is you want to get 4 cards. Actually, you want to get 8 cards. So, I'm going to go ahead and get these cards set in the thing here. Give me one moment. Okay, perfect. So, what you want to do is you want to get 4 cards that are blue-backed and 4 cards that are red-backed. You can use any back design that you want. Make sure that you use 2 different back designs of different colors. So don't do like one red rider back and one red tally-ho back. Make sure you use like a blue back tally-ho and a red back rider. Now, you can use the same backed cards, different colors. Like if you want to use red rider backs and blue, you can certainly do that. I like the Poker Peek cards. The fronts look weird. By the way, these are Poker Peek cards where poker players can lift up the corner and see what card they have. I just like the back design on them. They're really cool. They're still like rider back, but they have that really nice white around the border, which I kind of like. That's why I use these cards. Okay, so simple as this. You want to make sure when you set up the cards, I didn't talk about this in my pattern, but you want to make sure you add this to the pattern. Don't put an ace in there of any ace because spectators may always choose the ace, and people may say, oh, well, they always choose the ace, so you just knew it. So that way to eliminate the confusion. When you get your cards, make sure that you don't get the same cards in the other pile. So, like, I have a 6 of diamonds in this pile. Don't put a 6 of diamonds in the blue back pile. Don't have 2 of the same cards, please, because you don't want 2 of the same card. People say, wait, why is there 2 6 of diamonds? Also, you don't have to do this. I don't like to do this, but you can do it. Like, I have a 10 of hearts. I don't like having any more 10s. It's just my personal preference. If you want, you could definitely have another 10, but what I recommend is don't use a 10 of diamonds. So if you have a 10 of hearts in there, don't use a 10 of diamonds. Use one of the black 10s. But just to eliminate that, because you have 13 cards to pick from, and you only need 8 cards, you have the option to not use the same card twice. So, you know, not 2 10s or 2 kings or whatever. So I don't like using the same card twice. I'll pick 8 different cards. So 1 of each number or whatever. And you can use face cards. Some people don't like using face cards either, but you can use face cards. I use 2. I use the Queen of Spades and the King of Diamonds. Okay, once you have your 8 cards, 4 from one backed, 4 from another backed, or 4 from a red, 4 from a blue, whatever, they're going to go like this. Doesn't matter which card you start with. You start with one back. I'm going to start with the blue, and then you do the red back next. So right on top, so you got your bottom card, then the next card is the next back, and then you go back to the blue, and then you go back to the red, then you go back to the blue, then you go back to the red, then you go back to the blue, and then you go back to the red. So your cards, when fanned out from the back, should be, whoops, wait a minute, I messed that up a little bit there. It should be red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Or this way it'd be blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. Alright, so now you got the trick set up and ready to go. The best thing about this trick that I really love, it instantly resets. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have the spectator either touch or think of a card. Do not do the standard pick a card gesture, because if you do that, they might pull the card out. You do not want them to pull the card out. You want them to either think or touch of one. Touch or think of one. Okay, so I either spread them out on the table and say, think of a card or touch one. Or I fan them out in the hands. So they think of one. We're going to say they think of the two of clubs, we'll say. What you're going to do is you're going to take the two of clubs and every card below it, and you're going to bring them to the top. So again, it's whatever card they choose, you take the cards and bring them right to the top. Everything below their selection, as well as the selected card. Their selected card, we'll say there's the King of Diamonds, goes right on the table. And all you're going to do is do a move invented by, I'm going to say Johnny Thompson. I might be wrong. I don't remember the name right off the top of my head, but it's called the Or-Ram Subtlety. And it's Johnny Thompson's name backwards. But anyways, the Or-Ram Subtlety works like this. They're going to see the same card 4 times, though they're going to think that they've seen the backs of every single card. Here's how it works. You take the top card, thumb it into your empty hand, turn over this card and the packet at the same time, so that you see the backs of 2 cards. Place it down. Place this one down on the table, and then place this one, the top card of the packet, on the table. Notice that's a different card, because how the Or-Ram Subtlety works is when you flash this one, you're really flashing the bottom card. So again, you just thumb this off, turn this over, drop this one down, then drop this one down, and thumb it off. Don't thumb this into your hand, then drop it like that. Just thumb it off from the top and drop it down like that. So you show, do this, show again, and then the final time you're going to show the back of this card, but give it a little flick. So if you've never flicked a card before, all you do is you just flick right down there. And that conveys to the audience that if you flick it, there's only one card. It's not multiple cards stuck together. So flick it. And then place that down, and then you do the big reveal of the different backed card here than the ones they saw here. Give this one a flick, boom, and just like that, you place that down on the table. Let me get back to a position here. That was a red back, so I want another red back. Okay, perfect. So you have the card down there on the table, and this is what the Or-Ram Subtlety looks like done up to speed. You place the card down the table. You say, I knew you would choose this card even before we started because these 2 are blue backs. These 2 are blue backs. These 2 are blue backs. This one's a blue back. Flick that. Turn this one over. Say, this is a red back. And flick that one. Don't do it as fast as I did, actually. Let me get back again. That was a red back. Okay. Don't do that as fast as I did. So you want to turn them over, show for a second, then drop it. So kind of like this, so that they can get a good glance at both backs. Flick it, and then flick this one. Now, this is where the 8-card Brainwave stopped on the Scam School video. And I had the idea to add in phase number 2, which goes like this. So I'm going to get set one more time. We're going to place that right back there. You do your Or-Ram Subtlety move, like this, like that, like this, like that, flick, and then you say, okay, but I knew you would choose this card because it's the only red back card. Isn't that cool? Then I immediately take this red back card and I place it right down here on the pile of cards. Now, this is really cool because you are now reset to do the trick. You're now blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red order. So you're set and ready to go again. This is great for table hopping because there's no reset. You don't have to like move one card back to the top to get, no, this is instantly resettable. It resets in 0 seconds, which I like. So if you're table hopping or walking from table to table or mingling with a crowd, you can keep pulling this out of your jacket each time, and then it's already set and ready to go. Okay, but now that you've done that, because it's reset and ready to go, you can go into phase number 2, which I added. And it works like this. So you know the cards are red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, red, blue order. So you know that if this one, their card was the indifferent color, was the red card, and all the ones you showed were blue backs, you know that the second card down is going to be a blue back. Then you know the 4th card down is going to be blue, the 6th card down will be blue, and then the 8th card down will be blue. So what I do for phase 2 is I take the 4th or the 6th card and I bring that card plus everything below it to the top. And then I throw this down on the table and I do the Oriam subtlety one more time. That way, it looks like those cards have just changed color really quickly. So here's how I do it. So I just did my change, and I just showed this to be the only blue card. I'll say, but now, Bob, you're probably asking yourself, Bob, what if I would have chosen a completely different card? So I keep flashing this a couple times. I gesture with my hands. You know, I flash the back of this one. I flash the back of this one. So I just go, what if I would have chosen a different card? That wouldn't have been a problem either. I immediately place this single card back on the top. And then I say, let's say you would have chosen a completely different card. And you call out either the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, or the 8th card. Then you know it's going to be a different colored back than the one you just showed. So if this one was blue, you know that the 2nd, 4th, 6th, or 8th card will be red. So you say, okay, let's say you would have chosen the 2 of clubs. That wouldn't have been a problem either, because I can place this one down and show you that all of these are blue-backed, and this 2 of clubs happens to be the only red-backed card. And I place that one down. So what the second phase of this routine does that I added is it gets more of a kicker ending to where they've seen the cards all one color and then the solo card was red. You immediately pick another card and they immediately can see that these cards have changed colors. That the backs, that all the big cards, the big group of cards are now a different color. Which is really cool, because you immediately place it down, fan, bring one card to the top, this one, bring one card to the top without ever putting the cards away in your pocket or doing any switching, which is great, because now, you might be saying to yourself, well, what if people notice that the cards, what if they start to catch on? If you don't do it more than twice, if you do it twice, they're still going to freak out, because I've done this, the second ending, for everyone. Like, I was playing around with it. As soon as I learned it on Scam School, I was like, let me play around with it. Before I showed it to people, I was practicing it, and I was playing around with it a little bit, and I said, what if you do the same move twice? Because Brian Brushwood on the Scam School video was like, then you can immediately show them again if you want. Or, no, he said you can immediately show them, and they still can't, because he was talking about how it instantly resets, and I was like, what if you use that principle to show it again and do the trick a second time with picking a different card? And it got me thinking, and then when I did it, I've done this for so many people already since watching the Scam School video. I've done it for like almost all my coworkers, I think. They have never caught on that the cards are red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. They've never caught on. Now, if you do it more than 2 times, they may start to catch on. So you only want to do it about twice, and then they're not going to catch on. So that is the 8-card Brainwave, ladies and gentlemen. A very great card trick. I recommend trying this out. Go try it out on your friends. Go try it out on your family. It's a great trick. And with all of our School of Magic videos, make sure to go out and try the trick and let me know how it worked for you in the comments down below. Let me know your success or failure stories. Thank you guys so much for watching this week for the School of Magic, the 8-card Brainwave. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next Friday for an all-new School of Magic. I pour it right inside of here, and notice that the milk, of course, you get the 2 tubes, and you get a certain amount of bottles. Let me grab one of the bottles. Series on my channel where every single Friday I'll be uploading a brand new video in which I'll teach you how to do an easy magic trick